Hi there, Clint Adams here, and I'm with Max Kleinig, or Max Penetration as he's famously known by me only. And we're at Club Holdfast doing a deep dive today on, I guess, everything turf and what it takes to maintain a bowls green, not a bowls wicket. What's this green hose doing?
It's going to be Soco.
Is that like it sprays out like
Sumi Soco?
the shitty green one that people put in their front yard?
Yeah, but heaps
Like
better.
an adult version of that?
But like, yeah, 1,000 litres a minute.
Yep.
I don't even know what that is. That's just
Where
a
would
drop.
you put it?
Just here.
And so it's only spraying out a metre each way?
Well, I can regulate the pressure, yeah.
Because I know we've sold these to golf courses in the past for their to irrigate their, like, I guess, grassed areas out in the...
Yeah, or like a spot that just doesn't quite get watered enough is what I use them for. So this bank here doesn't get quite as much water from these crappy hoses that we use.
Yep.
So the edges...
This does seem quite archaic for watering this kind of surface.
Something so fine,
But
yeah.
it's what everyone does. Can you water it like a hockey field and just have these things pop up out of the ground and shoot 40 metres?
Yeah, we've got the existing pipework. You can see them there. Like the infrastructure's there ready to go. It's just got to be new heads, new fittings. It's got a lot of pressure.
You need to be able to hit like the other end.
Just have to be able to hit the middle and then put a middle out.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
So run a middle out on the mains tap.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's been done here for years, but what happened was those houses over there got built, and then it started colouring their fences and washing, and out the back they got built, so we had to no more bore water with the booms. Yeah, well, they were here first by a little way. This actually used to be one whole green, and that road used to be bowling green.
No shit.
So that was all one bowling green.
And they just went, we're going to take that
5,000 square metres of one bowling green.
Yeah.
So it took you like 3 hours to cut it once.
And then they just said, oh, by the way, we're now taking that. And
Yeah, we're just going to build a main road now. Yeah. That's why Old Tapley's Hill Road goes down the back there.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so this was a...
compulsorily acquired.
Yeah, exactly. And all sort of like the pipework just got cut off and then teed off, which is sort of pretty archaic as well.
So do you have an idea of the percentage of real grass bowls clubs versus artificial now? Like is the real grass dying?
Yeah, it is a bit, but it's mainly because our climate, we can't play in winter.
Yeah.
So a lot more and more of them, these players want to play in winter,
Yep.
and they can't because they just turn to sludge.
Is there this, like, I guess, historical desire or this kind of like traditional play that playing on real grass means something different to playing on artificial? Like because they roll different?
It rolls different, but the feel of it as well.
Yeah.
And like hot days, synthetics magnified to like 60-something degrees when it's a 40-degree day.
So you can't play in winter, but now you can't play in summer.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. So it's a trade-off. A lot of the clubs now are doing one green at their club will turn to artificial, so they've got an income stream during winter.
Yep.
They can just put them out on one green and not have to worry about it.
Yep. So, because I guess I have that traditionalist, and I don't know where it comes from, but like that, you know.
Oh, it's the whites, bowls whites. You get out on the.
Yeah.
It's got to be grass.
I just
it's
like
lawn
it.
bowls. It's a huge break in tradition to have plastic surfaces.
Yeah, but then I guess some sports like golf is a good example. Are going to need to change with the times if they want to have members paying.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for them going forward.
You know, you guys have those barefoot bowls, or you open it to the public for buck shows and
night bowls. We have night bowls every week. That keeps us going. That basically keeps the club alive.
Yeah. So it's easier to say like hold on to tradition, but if it kills the club,
there's no point in holding on to it. That's right. Yeah. That's right. You got to have a balance. The thing with bowls clubs now is you got to diversify your income.
Yep.
So we have bingo twice a week, which basically keeps everything afloat.
Yep.
And then we have to try and get income from functions, from bowls, from weddings, engagement parties, all that sort of buck shows, like you said, and then the barefoot bowls.
The buildings, most of the buildings are so
just
old.
So
that no one's having a wedding there.
No, that's right.
But
we've had
buck shows and hens days and that kind of thing.
They heaps of them because they have them out here.
Yeah.
So they don't really go inside.
Yeah.
They just sort of set up barbecues, or they have food trucks come in here all the time.
That's cool, actually.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of car park. Like I didn't.
Yeah, there's 130 car parks or something.
Like we've driven past here so many times.
Yeah.
As a family, like you got to go.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger back there than you realise. Yeah.
You know, but I didn't even know you had
4 greens and
rinks.
Yeah. croquet court there.
Are they rinks? What are they called?
So each one of these is a rink.
Okay, it's called a rink. Oh, that's a rink.
That's a green.
Number 7.
It's a green. And then there's 8 rinks on each green.
What other
like a lane. Like a lane. Like a lane. Bowl.
Bowl.
Kitty.
Bull.
No, bowl.
It's a bowl.
BOWL.
What's a group of them? Bowls.
Yep.
Okay, and they carried in a box.
Or a bag.
Or a bag.
Yeah.
And then there's a bowler.
Yep.
And a mat.
Yep. That's it. You got it.
All right. Skipper.
Skipper. Yeah.
Yep.
Lead. Lead is the one that goes first, throws the kitty in place.
The kitty being the jack.
Yep, the jack or the kitty. Or
okay, so that can be.
Yep.
Is kitty's
just
more
nicknames.
like sexually neutral?
Maybe.
Yep, cool.
Yep.
Yep.
Came in when the women came in.
Misogynistic.
Jill.
Yeah. Okay. And then lights.
Lights. Yep.
Chairs.
There's nothing really to it. Really, there's nothing to it. Bias. So the bowl takes a bias.
Yep. So that's
It's pretty important. The weight in the bowl. There's a small weight in each bowl on the inside.
And does everyone's bowl weights?
No, they're all different.
And is that based on what you choose, or is it like Formula One where you're like you have to stay inside?
There's parameters, but not big ones.
So you'll choose.
So you can have something that turns that far, or you can have something that turns 15 feet.
So you could just have a ball that doesn't turn.
To a minimum level. Yeah, there's a minimum level.
So it has to turn.
They have to pass on it.
You can't just roll it like around.
Nah, that's right. They have to pass like a table test.
Yeah.
So they run them down a chute, and it has to hit between that and that.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't hit that, then they shave one edge of it or something to make it turn more.
Do you think the fact that you bowled professionally, and I hope that's a fair comment, helps or hinders your ability to look after the surface?
It helps. It helps prepare them to a higher standard, but also it hinders in the way that I take feedback from people. I suppose
because you know that they're full of shit. Like if they're
that's right.
It's not cut properly. Like, well, it is.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I played
this hasn't been cut this morning.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, just finished.
Yeah.
Just finished cutting it.
Yeah.
Nah, it's because it's an older demographic.
Yeah.
They seem entitled to whinge about the surface quite a lot, but that's the same with any
with golf courses.
Yeah, exactly
I'm sure
right.
Tennis clubs are the same.
Exactly right. Yeah.
And I think a lot of the times that if they're playing this sport in their retirement, then they've got more time.
Yeah, that's right.
And that gives them time to prepare
an argument,
letters of complaint,
that's right.
and to go to committee meetings
or local members.
Yeah. Yeah. So what is a day in the life like? This is not a full-time job for you looking after this?
Full time.
It's full time.
Full time. 4 grand. So 6,000 square metres of grass that we cut between 1.2 and 2.2 mil.
So how often are you cutting?
Every day.
It has to be cut every day.
Depending on the grain. Like this one's just come back from top dressing, so this has been cut 4 times in 3 weeks because we want to promote the growth. It's trying to cover a few patches that we've had. Yep. So I double cut that just then. That's the first real proper cut.
And he's cutting that. So you want to leave it so that it gets time to grow, but isn't cutting it encouraging it to grow, or not really?
Yeah, it sort of is, but it sort of goes against those rules.
Yep.
When you say mow your lawn to encourage growth and all that sort of stuff, it sort of does, but it doesn't at the same time.
Yep.
When you're cutting it so low, like this one over here is in play, that's at 1.2.
Yep.
That's like.
It wouldn't repair these sand gaps.
No, that's right. So this is going to be put out for a certain amount of time, keep traffic off it, and hope that it runs.
And how does that inconvenience the club? Obviously, you have to do it, but
but we're just time management.
Do you book?
I book it out.
Like you'll book a lane. So obviously with a golf course, you'll go on and say I want to tee off at 8:03. There's a gap.
None of that.
So just people.
The thing is, what happens is, so in the life of a greenkeeper, or week in a life. Irrigation day is Sunday, Monday night. So Sunday night, Monday, sorry. No one plays on Mondays, that's my maintenance day. Yep. And then Tuesdays we have ladies practice, so they have 1 green available.
So they're not using too much?
Nah. So they have 1 green available. Wednesday's pennant day, so that can be either 2 greens or 1 green. Yep. And then we have night bowls Wednesday night, which is 2 full greens. So there have to be 2 full greens ready every Wednesday night at 6.
Which at the moment is
the back one and that front one.
So you can always take one out of play?
Yep, I can take one out of play. In the past, when this club was huge, it was the biggest club in the state by a mile.
Yep.
There was 13 teams of 16 people every Saturday. Now there's 6.
And you played it here?
I have played here for nearly 10 years.
Yep.
So, but in the life of the greenkeeper, still Thursday morning is ladies' day, and then Thursday nights, Friday nights, Saturday you can book tournaments.
Yep.
Or you can book off the street for a social function. So you just ring the manager, book. It's $10 per person for as long as you want. Yep. Have a barbie, have drinks, whatever. We do meals Friday night.
Social things, disrespecting the grass, and
they just don't know. So you just got to. We have members that volunteer their time to come out and show them how to do things right. set them on their way, and then let them go.
With that.
Yeah, pretty well. Yep. There's always the odd idiots.
Well, that's the world.
Yeah,
so.
they want to throw them over arm and things like that, and put like 6-inch divots in your green, and or people that wear high heels to a hen show and things like that. Yep. It's a bit annoying, but you can't do anything, and I can't be here the whole time. No. So those functions on at Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoons, I'm not coming for those. No, so I just trust the people running the show that they sort of care for the greens as I would. I think and they're pretty good. We have good members here that look after the place pretty well. So.
Is there much issue with disease?
Yep.
Obviously, it's quite a well protected area. Like you don't have other grass.
No, there's no infiltration other than Centerana, but which doesn't get in there anyway. So, so all these patches that are coming back, that was either Pythium or Fusarium. We don't really know. We didn't get a disease test, but we sort of hit it with broad spectrum stuff, so it's working.
Yep.
And that was a problem coming out of winter. Winter's just like you come here in winter, they're full of patches of disease. Like you just can't stop it because of the cold climate and then the heavy soil. And the way you treat these like absolute shit to get them fast so that players like them.
Yeah.
So it's like a cricket pitch, you see them rolling it like absolutely murdering it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, that's exactly what the bowlers and batters want. So the bowlers have to be catered for. Yeah. So you basically, my boss who taught me everything, he sort of said the first week that I was working, he said, bowling greenkeeping is like the art of killing a green and then reviving it on Sunday.
Yeah. So you kill it all week.
You just want to kill it. You want to water the hell out of it, fertilise it, whatever you got to do Sunday, and then just absolutely slaughter it until it's beyond dead, and then water it again and revive it.
Wow.
That's just the art of it.
Interesting way of looking at it.
Yeah, that's it. That was the way he best described it.
So you water once a week?
Once, that's it.
How many mil of water would you be putting on it?
About an inch, 25 mil.
That's all at this level, an inch of water.
It only just gets through though sometimes. And
there's 40-degree heat. So what's today? Tuesday.
Yep.
So that's been watered.
That got watered Sunday night. Yep. Hoses came on. Got watered. Into yesterday morning.
So by
hoses
Friday,
came off
Saturday,
yesterday.
that's going to be
crispy,
dry.
Yep. But the art of it is to try and make it look like it's meant to be dry all over.
Yep.
If you know what I mean, like it's still live and well.
You can see green in there.
Yeah, that's right. So you can still see it's a little bit patchy from last week's trying to recover from heat stress. And that's why we have to throw so much product on, like a lot of calcium, which is like a carbohydrate, I suppose, that the green needs. So to combat the heat stress.
And can you make the soil over calcified by doing that?
No, I'm sure you could, but we couldn't. I can't.
No. You just have to keep throwing it on.
Yeah, it's like a foliar thing too. So it keeps the leaf fresh and
you're cutting that and dumping it as well. So
that's right. So I mean, you can see the pile of stuff there that we dump every day or 2 days. Yep.
And you
penetrant in the hot weather, and retaining moisture is pretty well key. You want to be able to have a healthy root system at 6 inches or so, but have totally crispiness on top. But not crispy, you know what I mean? It looks crispy, but it's actually nice and flat and soft still.
The water usage wouldn't be really that much.
I think it's like 40,000 litres per green per week. But we use a bore, so
you compare that to a golf course or
it's minimal,
or a sports field,
completely minimal.
Yeah,
that's right.
Low in water because you're actually intentionally you can't let a golf course green go crispy on a Sunday.
No, that's right.
It has to be the same every day.
And this sort of thing, like Sunday we had state singles here. So on Friday night I thought, oh god, this looks horrible. I need to water it so badly. But they still had a full day of bowls Saturday, including cutting and rolling, and then a full day of bowls Sunday. And I couldn't get in here Sunday night, so I had to wait till Monday morning basically to water. You can hand water, but it slows patches. So if you just water one spot that's drying out, you water that spot, slows it down, it becomes what they call two-paced. So you go in a fast patch and then into a slow patch. So then they hate that. So and I would hate it too. So I try not to do it. So it's hard. You've got to sort of watch it die.
Being a bowler then.
Yeah, there is advantages. There's definite advantages because I know what the standard should be.
Because there's obviously we deal with a lot of golf courses, and it's a question that I often ask the supers, like, are you playing? And if not, why? And when you did, how often were you playing? Like, we know golf supers that are, I guess, playing off single-figure golf handicaps, and others that hate golf.
Yeah, they might be.
Golfers,
that's right. Yeah,
because
or hate bowlers.
Yeah,
correct.
Well, and so, but you know, there's some clubs that encourage their super to play once a week, so that they're out on course,
be seen, and
you know,
and have a look at the place.
So that, like, if they hit their ball out into the rough, they're like, oh,
is this playing how you think it should be? And,
well, this valve box is broken. I didn't see that because
that's right.
I'm moving so fast. So I guess it's a lot easier for you.
Smell the roses
with
a bit.
This, because you can see the whole thing. Whereas a golf course, you can't see the whole thing.
No, that's right. You can keep your eye over this pretty easily. It's not such a massive area.
And so it's week in, week out. So what is that? I mean, it sounds like a dairy farmer. Like, can you go on holidays or?
Not in summer or spring. No. So week. Basically from
Groundhog Week.
Halfway through August, it is. Yeah. Halfway through August until at least the end of April, you don't get a day off.
And then you just go to Bali for a week.
That's right. That's what most greenkeepers do. They'll go to Vietnam for a month, or they'll do the Gold Coast or something like that. And that's what we've done in the past. We go Gold Coast, or we went on a cruise a couple of years ago and things like that. But it sort of sucks going away in winter only.
That's why you have
the
to
family
go
cop
to
it a bit. That's right.
Because then it's
you got to go out of the country.
Seasonality wise, we're the same.
Yeah.
Like Water Pro.
You guys are busy.
And when I had less staff, I couldn't do it. I had to stay. And then I guess I think I went to Bali 10 Augusts or 10 July Augusts in a row.
Because that's the only time you do.
It was cheap, and you could do it 8-10 days and get refreshed and you're back at it.
The thing for me is, like, I mean, I've got Colin here, the absolute trooper. Thank God. But he can't cut grains. So if I go away, they don't get cut.
He just can't cut grains.
Well, he doesn't want to, and I don't blame him, because then he would be able to do everything here.
And he volunteer?
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
No, he's volunteer, He's like 75 and does more work than me.
So if he does that, then all of a sudden...
So being here on your own, it's sort of, you can't, you have sick days.
Obviously. No clubs are big enough to handle...
paying someone to come outside either. So there's contractors around the place, you could sort of lean on them. Can you come in for? I'll give you $100 cash to cut 3 greens or whatever, or something like that. Just like so on the spot to keep you out of a pinch or whatever.
But then that
was the hard thing for me, playing competitive bowls interstate and overseas. When do you go away? All these tournaments are on in bowling season. So you've got to be really good with your time management. You've got to get primo on or growth regulator on, so that people can just come and roll instead of cut for a full week, so that grass doesn't get cut for a whole week. Things like that. So your time management, your water management's got to be like on the spot. And if it's one block sprinkler, that doesn't
and it's not like high-tech nozzles.
No, there's no filters.
They're tiny little spinners.
That's all they are. So if one block's up overnight and you get here and there's a big dry patch, but you've either got a chance to water it right there and there, or you miss it for the whole week.
There's not enough bowls clubs that, I guess, in the world for someone to spend any money developing a nozzle that's not going to pop.
That's all there is. That's the best there is, really. I mean, a lot of the guys have got pop-ups. They booms from the sides.
So do you ever apply fertiliser through that? It looks like they're quite iron.
Just bore.
Irony.
That's just the bore. Bore staining. But those sleds are probably 10 years old. They need replacing.
So when you're fertilising, are you fertilising from a foliar point of view because it's so fine?
No, granular as well.
Mini pill style.
Yeah, mini pill is the same size as any other greens grade product I use.
That's good. Yeah, cool.
Sort of 85 SGN or something like that, I think it is, or something like that, 100.
But so it's if you fertilise with that here, the green will be able to play for a little while.
Or the next day I'll cut it.
No shit, so
have to,
okay.
Have to be able to do that. So I use Anderson's DG. It's great stuff. It's really fine, it's like a powder nearly. Put it out.
And it's not
no
slow
pickup.
Release?
There's no pickup. Yeah, it's slow release. There's no pickup on your shoes or anything like that. It's watered in within 4 hours, sort of 16 mil. Because it takes 4 hours to put 16 mil on, 4 mil an hour with those, roughly. But then you got to cut next day. Something like you just have to. Like I have to cut that this morning. Water came off yesterday. You got to cut it straight away, and then I'll cut it again tomorrow.
So
we've got bowls here.
It's such, and I see it in golf all the time. There's such high demands and such
to play on,
and such low pay comparatively to what the expectations are.
Yeah, exactly.
And no appreciation. And continuous this isn't, and it's not just exclusive to you or this club.
No, it's the turf industry.
It's the turf industry.
That's right.
It's if everyone turned that tap off of turf support on the same day, and struck or strike, whatever you want to.
Struck is good.
It's going to be interesting.
Imagine the kick up. That's it. Oh, it's still a little hard. Other way.
I always feel like
yeah, is that normal? Nice. It's just not quite going to come back that far. Yeah, that's all. It's not in shot.
Is there anything like, I guess, have you been greenskeeping here 10 years?
So it's 10 years next year, yep.
So
I started here as an apprentice.
Is there anything different that you do now that you didn't do 10 years ago? Like, has the weather patterns changed, or the
weather's definitely changed.
Demands?
Yep, yeah. Spring's harder and harder every year.
Yeah, as in it's later?
Yeah.
Yep.
But then it goes straight into heat, like
it's
really
like 20,
heat.
20, 40.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So you miss spring nearly.
Well,
like spring renos, you could always start September 1, but now you've got to go October 1.
We've got 35s, 40s, 28, 19, 18, like this.
It's definitely less predictable.
Yeah.
So when I first started here, like you could bank it, honestly, you'd bank it, you'd have to do these renos September 1 when the first sign of warmth.
Yep.
Like it might have only been a 20-degree day, but it still wasn't 12.
Yep.
Yeah, so
there's soil activity.
You've got to get them moving so that bowlers can start going on them permanently from the 10th of September till the 30th of March. Like there's no break. Yeah. There is no break. And unless you put one out like this, there is no break at all. So you could bank it. You could always bank that, we had to be out there September 1st with a scarifier or core or whatever to open them up and get them moving. First feed 2 weeks later or whatever. So,
has there been much of a difference in disease here from the weather, or are you using different chemicals now, or has there been much advancement in chemicals?
Not that I see. No, I don't use anything. I don't actually use a hell of a lot of fungicide and things like that. Put some preventative stuff out in January and February, coming up soon, to help with the winter and spring onset, stuff like that. Spring dieback is a big thing. But there's nothing new. And I mean, there's a few new chemistries out, but I haven't used them.
Well, there's obviously new chemistries that have new price tags.
Oh, it's huge price tags, that's right. And for a club like this. I mean, budget per square metre here is pretty poor. I mean, but we can't. You have to deal with what you. Yeah.
And if you didn't want to do it, you leave.
That's exactly right.
It's obviously something that you enjoy doing. And,
for sure.
Like if you didn't do this for a job, what would you be doing? If you weren't working here, do you think you'd still be in turf?
It depends what I would have done so long ago, I suppose. I don't know.
It would have been a decision that you chose.
I do love it, so I don't know.
They came here and they said synthetic, the whole thing's done in 6 months, you don't have a job anymore.
I would try and get another job in turf.
You enjoy it?
Well, I know it's safe too for me, because I know I probably could get a job. Whereas if I tried to start something totally new, I would be screwing my family a bit. So. But yeah, no, I think I would stay in turf. I do my own thing on the side as well, which I love. So.
How seasonal is that? Is that pretty much just reno now? And,
seasonal.
So you just
very
6 months of.
It was so basically from September right through to Christmas, I was flat out. It'll go really quiet now. As well as it'll go quiet now until I would say probably end of February, and then there'll be some more coring. You can do it all. You can do it any time in the growing season. I've done twice on my lawn, just to keep it going. But I'll get busy again at the end of February. I'll have people ringing up for coring on the onset of winter. Get some of that shit out from the year, and also pre-emergent spraying. I've found is huge. Domestically, people want pre-emergent put out, so they don't want to battle weeds come spring. So I did a heap of it last year.
Is that something you need to be licensed to do for the product you're using?
Got to have a chemical registration license. So
are you warming up out there, Trent? I just realised we're standing with a car park as the background instead of a golf course, green.
Bowling green,
and we left you in the sun.
We're missing all the stripes. We just striped it up for you.
All right. Well, do you want to show us anything? Like, is there stuff? We'll get on the grass.
Yeah, for sure.
So we can feel Trent's pain. So when was this watered last?
Yesterday.
Okay, and this will get treated the same? You won't be watering it more while it's...
Yeah, I'll water it more. I'll water it more, but more often, but less water. Just to avoid the pooling. And to keep it a bit more even, I'll move the sprinklers around a little bit. So, I mean, it's...
How long?
Like, that's at 50 cents. So I think that's 2-point-something mil.
They call it 50 cents.
So we measure with a 50 cent piece. So a slide bar fits 50 cents. in between there.
Because the rulers are so impossible to measure, so you just like points underneath.
I think people just got, they didn't want to use imperial or metric. They just wanted to use something that was standard and you can fit in the slide bar.
So what, how low
greenkeepers always had
5 cents?
Yeah, 5 cents is over there.
No shit.
Yeah, that's 5 cents over there. Yeah, we'll go have a look in a sec.
How funny is that?
But this is 50 cents, and then we'll gradually bring it down to avoid the scalping, the sort of 1/3 rule.
And like real ballers mow at $5.
You can sort of go at 0.
Yeah.
You can actually sort of cut at 0, where you just there's no gap. Like it's just that's how hard these get. They just and the mower just sort of skates over it. Yeah, the mower just sort of skates over it. Yeah, it doesn't really do a hell of a lot, but yeah, this is so this has come back real lush. Reno was done on the 23rd of December.
Yep.
So it was just sort of, we had a lot of patches like this here.
Is there like a reality of people having their home lawn to this level? Like,
yeah, I think so. One day. Depends on the machines they can afford.
Yeah.
It's becoming more and more affordable to buy, or people are spending more money, I should say.
That money,
yeah, they are. Yep. I suppose it's like, I hear so many people when I go out and do these domestic jobs that say, oh, it keeps me out the pub, or it keeps me out off the street, or whatever, blah blah blah. It's, the old cliches.
But was.
Yeah, whether you were a heavy drinker and now you're a lawnmower. Yeah. So no, it's interesting.
Well, you think about it, like homebrew, say for example, was something that people they're buying kegerators and and
they're spending big money on
all of that. Yeah, it's whatever the person
keeps them at home doing something that they like. And
I got a mate who was photography. Like
there you go.
Money he was spending on cameras.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, there you go.
It was a hobby.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah, so the whole reason we top dressed was to get these patches back. Yep. So you can see here the runners.
New growth.
Yeah, that's all we want to see.
B-roll, baby.
Yep. So I like this strip here. So we play that way.
Yep. So
this strip here is like the highest traffic area because they put the mat here.
You always play the same way?
In winter we'll go the other way. In winter.
Oh, sorry. Yep. Yeah, okay.
So you play that way and then play back. Yep. Yeah, but like I say, the highest traffic area is right here.
Yeah, because everyone's standing here waiting, and
so it gets double feed.
Balls and
well, they're just standing here for 6 hours straight.
Yeah, that's feet covering.
Well, it's just grass. Packing the grass down, and when you've already rolled it 4 times with a 250 kilo roller.
So most of the repair is at those ends.
Yeah, you can even see from today. That's the first time it's been played on this week. You can already see like a waviness where there's green.
So those patches there, are they where the jack's been sitting, or that's where people?
Nah, it's just where they've been playing. Yeah. So,
Kitty.
Why do you change waves in seasons?
Sorry, I thought you meant go that way.
Why do you? Yeah. So why do you?
To minimise the damage here. Yeah,
so
that's all it is.
A break.
Yeah, it gives it a rest, which it's not growing anyway, so it's not really a rest, but it's sort of.
It makes sense.
May as well go that way because we don't use that bit of grass. That bit of grass doesn't get used. May as well let them play that way. And in winter, like because there's no repair, if you played here, you would come back in September and it'd just be divots everywhere from where the old fellas have dropped the bowl and things like that. So you'd be a month behind straight away. So in Queensland, New South Wales, they play both ways all the time. Like so, in the morning. They'll come out and they'll play that way. In the afternoon, they'll put the pegs in that way and go that way. But we can't do that because we haven't got room.
Yeah, you need another landing there.
Yeah, that's right. So you'd have to shorten your green, then you'd lose a rink and all that sort of stuff.
Chairs.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the best part.
So that's getting developed there.
Sitting in the shade drinking beer, isn't it?
Or out here with beer, and then up the back there sitting and watching is the best thing. Yeah. So this will gradually get cut down. So, like I said, you can't.
So
you can't just go cutting it at 5 cents straight away because it'll just go yellow. Yeah, that's right. Yep, just drop it gradually. That's why I cut it twice today.
So do you think in the US they mow it a nickel and shit?
They might. No, I think they use like thousandths. I think they use thousandths of an inch, things like that. Like 2 thou or 5 thou or whatever. I don't reckon it is either. Yeah. But I'll show you the difference between this and that. Like you can feel this is.
Is your team called the Sharks?
No, Henley are called the Sharks.
Was there a shark on your sign?
That's a wave and a shark, so it's the bay.
So you guys are the waves?
The bays.
The bays?
Yep.
Watch your feet, dude, you're about to step up.
So then you go from 50 cents to 5 cents.
So this is operational?
This is ready to roll.
And what's this? These lines are from a groomer or?
Yeah, scarifier. Yep. So scarifier this probably 3 or 4 times a year. Yep. Either lightly or heavy, sort of depending on the time of the season, and then it gets groomed every 2 to 3 weeks.
Jesus, and that way?
Yeah, or anyway, you've got to try and multiply the way you go. So you can see stripes from cutting last week, stripes from this morning.
Yep.
and then that was last Friday.
And what are these black lines for?
That's a rink guide.
Yeah.
So that's the boundary peg up there, centre line here.
So who draws them? They're pretty straight.
They're me, but they're really not straight.
They look alright.
They're not too bad. We just follow a string line. So
So there's people better at it than you. Chalk paint.
Certainly hope so. Nah,
You're the vet, so we got some trouble.
water-based paint.
Yep. So we managed to record a deep dive. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for having us, Danny Max.
No worries.
And hopefully, I think I'm going to piss off to Adelaide Bowls Club and do some sneaky practice, and we're going to come back here and I'm going to challenge Max to a bowl off.
Beer off.
Beer off. I'll probably win that as well.
Yeah.
So, thanks again, Danny.
No worries.